Welcome back, coins collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're driving into one of the most shocking valuable coin in USA numismatic history. Shiny, pocket-sized and often overlooked, yet within its humble size lies a treasure, a trove of American history. The Liberty quarter dollar, a staple of US coinage, has captured the imagination of collectors and patriots alike. Join us as we uncover the journey of this iconic coin from its birth in the early republic to the rarest, most valuable examples that fetch fortunes today. The story of the Liberty quarter begins in 1796, just a few years after the United States Mint was established in Philadelphia. That year, the very first quarter dollar was struck, and it featured a symbol that would appear again and again. Over the decades, Lady Liberty 1968, a year of turbulence, transformation, and transition in America. The Vietnam War, civil rights protests, and the space race filled headlines, but in your pocket, a small silver-looking coin, the Liberty quarter continued quietly telling the story of America. But don't let its everyday appearance fool you. Some of these 1968 quarters hold serious value. Let's explore the world behind this humble yet historical coin. To understand the 1968 Liberty quarter, we must begin with the origin of the Washington Quarter series. Introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, designed by John Flanagan, Liberty appears in the form of Washington's portrait, a continuation of American numismatic symbolism. Portrait of George Washington, facing left, inscription, Liberty above, In God We Trust to the left, and the date, 1968 below. A heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches. Inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. By the time 1968 rolled around, U.S. coinage had changed dramatically. The 1960s saw the removal of silver from circulating quarters due to rising metal prices. Pre-1965 quarters 90% silver. Post-1964 including 1968, copper-nickel clad composition. Outer layers 75% copper, 25% nickel. Core, pure copper. Americans hoarded silver coins. The U.S. Mint sought cost-effective alternatives. Clad coins like the 1968 quarter were introduced to stay in circulation without metal loss. 1968 marked a return to using mint marks on U.S. coins, absent from 1965 to 1967 during the coin shortage. This reintroduced regional identity to coinage once again. Standard circulation, relatively high mintage. The most common 1968 mint, heavily used in western states. Only struck proof coins in 1968 exclusively for collectors, highly desirable in pristine condition. Mint mark mintage type Philadelphian 220,731,500 circulation Denver D101. 534,000 circulation San Francisco's 304,506 proof only. As you can see, the 1968S proof coin is by far the lowest mintage, making it more desirable to collectors. However, even circulated 1968 quarters can fetch value if they include specific errors or high-grade preservation. Most 1968 quarters in circulated condition grades G42XF-40 are worth face value around 25 cents 50 cents. Unless there's an error or rare variety, they are extremely common. Mint state MS62, MS67 coins can range from $2 to $50 plus. 1067 and MS68 examples are rare and command premium prices. Must be certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Typical 1968S proofs, $2 $10. Deep Cameo proof 68 mas, worth $50 to $300 depending on clarity and strike. Proof 70 deep cameo, extremely rare, can exceed $1,000 at auction. In the numismatic world, errors are gold. Literally, let's look at a few error varieties that can make a 1968 quarter extremely valuable. Rare but documented, look for doubled letters in Liberty and In God We Trust can be worth $100, $500 plus. Off-center strikes, quarter struck outside normal die area, 10 to 15% off-center, $50, $150, 50% off-center with full date, $250 plus. Part of the coin is missing in a crescent-shaped value, $50, $150, depending on severity. Wrong planchette errors struck on a dime or foreign coin blank can sell for hundreds to thousands depending on weight and composition. Full steps on reverse. Eagle claws clear. Detailed strikes of eagle feathers and claws are rare, a premium of 2x 3x over typical MS examples. Coin grade auction price 1968S proof. Deep cameo per 701, 2001968D. MS67 plus $7,001,968 off-center error, 50% off, $3501968D DDO authenticated, $64,500 menos $800. While these aren't multi-million-dollar coins like 1796 Draped Bust quarters, they are modern rarities, accessible yet meaningful pieces for serious collectors. Use coin flips or airtight holders to prevent wear. Avoid cleaning coins to reduce its value significantly. Submit high-quality examples to PCGs or NGC for grading and authentication. Join coin forums or local clubs to compare finds and expand knowledge. 1965, 1967. No mint mark transitional coins. 1970 Discurs, small mintage. 1982 and 1983 no mint sets produced in your hand. It might just be a quarter, but in the eyes of a collector, the 1968 Liberty Quarter is a snapshot of American resilience, marking a shift in our economy, our coinage, and our collective story. So next time you hear that metallic jingle in your pocket, take a closer look. It could be history disguised as change. Fade out with nostalgic music, sound of a coin flipping and hitting a tabletop. PCGS Coin Price Guide, Washington. Quarters. NGC Coin Explorer, the official red book, a guidebook of United States coins. Annual. The next step. 1983. America is roaring with Reaganomics, MTV, the Cold War, and the Space Shuttle program. Most people didn't think twice about the coins in their pockets. But in that change, especially a simple quarter, lies one of the most intriguing stories in modern U.S. coin collecting. Today, we dive into the 1983 Liberty Quarter, a copper-nickel-clad coin that's far more valuable than it looks. Let's explore the rare finds, the reasons behind their worth, and the collector frenzy they inspire. The Washington Quarter, often referred to as the Liberty Quarter due to the prominent liberty on the obverse, debuted in 1932. It was originally a one-year commemorative coin marking George Washington's 200th birthday, but it was so well received that it became permanent. Obverse: George Washington's bust by John Flanagan. Inscriptions: Liberty, God We Trust, and 1983 reversed heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and olive branches. Inscriptions: United States of America, e pluribus unum, and $quarter so. What makes the 1983 Liberty Quarter unique among modern coins? Due to budget cuts and declining interest, the U.S. Mint did not produce any uncirculated mint sets for collectors in 1982 or 1983. Every 1983 quarter in the market originally came from circulation, not collector sets. Uncirculated examples are significantly harder to find. High-grade 1983 quarters are scarce, especially with sharp detail and no damage. This makes 1983 a modern key date in the Washington Quarter series. Mintage: 673,535,000. No mint mark on coin found mostly in the eastern and midwestern U.S. Denver. D mint mark. Mintage: 617,806,446. D mint mark on obverse, right of the bow in Washington's ponytail, predominant in western states. No 1983's proof quarters were made. The San Francisco Mint resumed proof production in 1983, but only for other denominations. 1983 proof quarters do not exist. Condition is king in the world of coins, and 1983 is a prime example. Found in pocket change to this day. Usually, show-heavy wear due to poor planchette quality and circulation. Value: face value $25 up to $1, $3 in nice circulated condition. Extremely rare due to absence of mint sets. Mint state MS coins must be pulled from circulation and well preserved. Graded MS 65 or higher. They can fetch significant premiums. 1983 PMS 65. $40, $700, $1,983. DMS 65, $30, $60. MS 66 and MS 67 examples. $100, $500 plus top pop MS 68 coins. $1,000, $2, $3,000 plus, especially certified by PCGS NGC. Tip: most 1983 P coins have poor strikes and weak detail. Finding a sharp struck example is a real challenge and a prize. Sometimes the mint makes mistakes, and those mistakes can turn a 25-cent coin into a collector's dream. Strong doubling on reverse inscriptions, especially e pluribus unum and eagle's wings. Rare and popular. Value: AU $100, $250. MS 65 plus. $600, $1,200. Clipped planchette errors: a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting mishap. Worth $50, $200. Off-center strikes struck away from the center of the blank. 10 to 50% off. $100 for $100 plus. Coin expands beyond normal diameter with no reeded edge. Valued at $50, $150. Die cracks: cuts raised metal from failing dies. Some minor, others dramatic and collectible. Here are record-setting sales of 1983 Liberty Quarters coin grade tip auction price. 1983 PMS 68 PCGS regular strike $4,242. Heritage Auctions 1983 DMS 68 UNGC regular strike $26,401,983. P double die reverse MS 66 variety $18,001,983. P error AU 55 error $350. These coins are modern rarities, not because they're ancient or silver, but because few survived in pristine condition. Check pocket change and rolls from banks, estate sales, or old coin jars from the 80s. Purchase unsearched coin rolls online carefully. Cleaned or damaged coins low numismatic value. Fake errors have real errors authenticated. Uncirculated coins with full mint luster, sharp eagle feather, details reverse. Any doubling or striking abnormalities. Use coin flips, 2x2 holders, or airtight capsules. Store in a cool, dry, dark place. For high-end coins, submit to PCGS or NGC for grading and authentication. The 1983 Liberty Quarter is a modern icon, a coin with no silver, no commemorative purpose, and no special issue. Yet its scarcity in uncirculated condition makes it a modern-day treasure. It teaches collectors a valuable lesson. Value isn't always about age, sometimes it's about survival. In a world where coins are minted by the billions, few become legends. The 1983 Liberty Quarter, struck during a time of austerity, slipped quietly into circulation. But for those who know where to look and what to look for, it remains a shining gem among clad coinage. Check your change. You might be holding history. Fade out with coin flipping sounds and gentle patriotic music. PCGS Price Guide -1983 Washington Quarter. The 1987 quarters have passed through American hands, but hiding in that sea of copper and nickel are a few rare gems, coins that can command hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Join us as we reveal the complete history of the 1987 Liberty Quarter dollar, the surprisingly valuable coin of a common era. The coin, commonly known as the Liberty Quarter, is officially the Washington Quarter, a series that began in 1932. It was intended as a one-year commemorative marking the 200th birthday of George Washington, but the design was so popular it became permanent. Obverse front, bust of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan. Inscriptions: Liberty, in God we trust. And the year 1987 reverse back, heraldic eagle clutching, arrows and olive branch inscriptions: United States of America, e pluribus unum, and quarter dollar, though silver was removed from circulating quarters in 1965. The Liberty message remained in the design. By 1987, the coin was made of copper nickel clad, but its symbolism was still deeply American. The late 1980s were a quiet period for us coinage. No major design changes, no special events, but there were still unique things about the 1987 Washington Quarter. No special commemorative quarters were issued in 1987. It was part of the regular Washington Quarter series, but mint set only examples, non-circulating, were higher quality. Circulation coins had variable strike quality. Unlike 1982-83, the US Mint did offer mint sets in 1987, so some high-grade examples were preserved by collectors, but still, top conditions are rare. In 1987, 3 US mints struck Washington quarters. Mintage 582,499,481, most common. Circulated widely in the eastern US. No mint mark appears on the obverse. Mintage 655,594,696 circulated heavily in the Midwest and West. D. Mint mark appears to the right of the ponytail on Washington's bust. Mintage 4,227,728. Not for circulation. Sold only in 1987. Proof sets made with highly polished dies and mirror-like fields. S mint mark present metal composition. Copper nickel clad outer layers of 75% copper, 25% nickel. Pure copper core weight, 5.67 grams diameter, 24.26 millimeters edge. Reeded. No silver versions of the 1987 quarter were released by the US Mint. Any of-looking ones are just clad coins with natural toning, not silver. To most, the 1987 Liberty Quarter is pocket change, but condition makes all the difference, and a high-grade coin can be worth much more than face value. Average condition G2XF, 25 face value. Nice O examples, 50 cents to $1.50. These are common in circulation and typically not worth grading. MS63, $2, $3, MS65, $5, $10, MS66, $15, $30, MS267 certified, $75, $200, MS68 top pop, $300, $800 plus extremely rare. Graded coins from PCGS or NGC and MS67 or higher are the ones collectors pay a premium for. Common, $2, $5 deep. Cameo proof 69, $10, $20. Proof 70D, CAM, $50, $200 plus, depending on population and demand. 1987 quarters don't have any major known double die varieties, but errors still occur, and they can be quite valuable. Misaligned die strikes part of the coin off center, 10 to 50% off center with date visible. $50, $200 plus crescent-shaped missing portion. $30, $100 plus raised metal blobs where dies cracked small. $10, $30 large. Dramatic cuts. $50, $150 plus. Areas of detail missing due to grease on the die minor. $5, $15 major. $25, $100 double strikes. Broad strikes, struck twice or without collar values vary. $50, $300 plus no confirmed double die or RPM repunched mint mark. Varieties for 1987 quarters are listed in official references. Coin grade type auction price 1987 DMS 68 regular. Strike $1,200 PCGS 1987 PMS 67 plus regular strike $4201987 SPR 70 DCAM proof. $1501987 drawed strike error U $275. Only a tiny fraction of 1987 quarters reach the high-end auction block, but when they do, the prices can surprise even seasoned collectors. Look through old mint sets or estate sales. Check bank rolls and bulk coin lots. Buy uncirculated rolls from reputable dealers. Use non-PVC coin flips or 2x2 holders. Store in a cool, dry, dark place. Avoid cleaning, it ruins collector value. Consider submitting top-quality coins to PCGS or NGC. It might not be silver. It might not be rare in quantity, but the 1987 Liberty Quarter remains a fascinating example of how condition, scarcity, and high grade and era collecting can turn a modern coin into a sought-after treasure. Sometimes, the difference between 25 cents and $1,000 is simply condition and a good eye. So next time you find a 1987 quart in your change, take a closer look. That ordinary coin might just be a hidden gem, a reminder that even the most common things can hold uncommon value. The last step, 1994. America was riding the wave of a booming economy, grunge, rock, and rapid technological change in pockets across the country. A coin many ignored, the 1994 Liberty Quarter was quietly minted by the hundreds of millions. But hidden among the everyday coins are rare, valuable varieties that turn this common quarter into a collector's prize. Let's take a deep look into the 1994 Washington Quarter, its story, geography, condition-based value, and its numismatic legacy. The Washington Quarter, commonly referred to as the Liberty Quarter due to the prominent word liberty on the obverse, was first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Obverse front, portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan. Liberty, in God we trust. Year 1994, mint mark, if applicable, behind a ponytail, reverse back, heraldic eagle with spread wings, arrows in talons, olive branches, below United States of America, e pluribus unum cordala. The 1994 quarter was one of the last in the traditional Washington eagle reverse design, which ended in 1998 to make way for the 50-state quarters series. The 1994 Washington quarters were produced at 3 U.S. mints, each serving different regions of the country and types of coinage. Mintage 825,600,000 coins circulated mainly in the East Coast and Midwest. No mint mark on the obverse. Mintage 880,034,110 circulated in the West, Southwest, and mountain regions. D appears just right of the ponytail. Mintage 2,484,594. These coins were produced only for collectors in proof sets, never released into circulation. S. Mint mark on the obverse features a mirror-like finish and frosted reliefs. Circulating coins, copper nickel clad, 75% copper, 25% nickel outer layers over pure copper core. Proof coins, same composition. No silver quarters were issued in 1994. Diameter, 24.26 millimeters. Weight, 5.67 grams. Edge. Read it. Important note. No silver quarters were officially issued by the U.S. Mint in 1994. Any silver quarter is likely plated, or a novelty item. These coins are very common in everyday use. Most are worn with diminished luster and details. Good G for 2 extremely fine XF40. 25 face value about uncirculated AU52, AU58. 35 cents $1 more desirable to collectors, especially in high grades. Value depends heavily on sharpness, luster, and preservation. MS63, $1, $2 MS65, $5, $10 MS66, $15, $30, MS67, $100, $250 scarce, MS68, $500, $1,000 extremely rare. The 1994D is usually better struck than the 1994P, but high-grade Philadelphia coins are slightly more desirable due to weaker general quality. Struck for collectors with highly polished dies. Came in US mint proof sets. Deep cameo varieties are most valuable. PR 265, $2, $5, PR 69 deep cameo, $8, $15, PR $17, PR 70 deep cameo perfect grade, $50, $150 plus. While 1994 didn't produce any famous double dies like earlier decades, it still features collectible minting errors. Off-center strike coin is not aligned correctly during striking, 10 to 50% off. $50, $250 plus. Depending on severity and date visibility, a curved piece of the coin is missing due to a miscut. Blank value, $30, $100 plus. Coin struck outside retaining collar edge appears smooth and stretched, $40, $150 plus. Struck through grease, part of the design is missing or faded. Value $10, $50 depending on visibility. Metal raised where the die broke, small ones are minor, but large cuts can bring $50, $150 plus. Coin grade certification. Price $19.94 PMS 68 PCGS $1, $5, 5281994 DMS68 NGC, $9501994 SPR70 DCAM PCGS 1701994D. Broad sticker or $275. These top prices are not for everyday coins. They're the best of the best, certified by top grading companies and often sold at national auctions. Search old change jars, inherited coin stashes and bankrolls by uncirculated rolls from estate sales or local dealers. Check proof sets for the 1994S in high condition. Never clean coins, it destroys value. Store in non-PVC flips or airtight capsules. Keep in a cool, dry place to prevent oxidation. Submit high-quality examples to PCGS or NGC for grading. While the 1994 Liberty Quarter may not boast the fame of earlier silver issues or the artistry of state quarters that followed, it stands as a relic of the final years of the traditional design, a bridge between history and modernity. Its true value lies not just in rarity, but in condition, and for the dedicated eye, treasures still await in circulation. Every coin tells a story. The 1994 Liberty Quarter might seem ordinary at first glance, but for collectors, it represents the end of an era. The pursuit of perfection in condition, and the thrill of finding a gem where most see change. Check your pocket's history might be riding along in your quarter.